Hey guys, so I was thinking while all of the stuff in Ferguson was happening that the whole situation was just insane, and it's like something that happens in a movie or something. It's not supposed to happen, you know, not like here, not in the US, not in Australia, you know, UK, like anywhere like that. That kind of shit shouldn't be happening. Like it's like a movie or something from like a third world country or something. It was crazy. But while I was pondering that, I sort of realized that, you know, here our police force unfortunately isn't so squeaky clean either. There's one police force in particular in one of suburbs in Melbourne. This is, I mean, it probably happens in multiple, but this is just one that I personally know of. In a suburb about 20 minutes away from where I live, and it's a predominantly Vietnamese area. And here, from what I can gather, I could be totally wrong, but from what I gather, the way that African Americans are, I'm totally lost my word. Like the way that African Americans are treated in the US, the whole stereotype and stigma that sort of like the way that they're treated, I'm like totally gone blank here. The way that they are treated in the US is sort of similar to the way that the Vietnamese population here in Melbourne is treated. Other places as well, but yeah, I'm in Melbourne, so let's talk Melbourne. And from what I can tell, Asian population in the US is sort of seen differently than it is here. And yeah, like I said, here they're sort of treated more closely to how the African American population in the US is treated. You know, like if something's gone wrong, then it must be them, kind of thing. So this one police force is made up of predominantly all white people, and it's like they bundled up all of the, you know, rejects and sent them all to work there. You know, like people with like disciplinary actions and all the racists and stuff like that. They just sort of like bundled them all up and shipped them off there. And the people in the area, you know, if there's a problem or something, you don't call the police. You'd be better off paying the local drug dealer protection money than contacting the police if there's a problem. And when I first learned of this, I thought it was really backwards thinking, because it just goes against everything that I was ever, you know, I was raised to know, like everything that I have known since ever. It's just like completely the opposite of that there. So, you know, I thought it was a bit of the pack mentality with, you know, like this person said this, so, you know, let's all do this kind of thing. But no, shit happens there that doesn't happen elsewhere, and it wouldn't be tolerated elsewhere. Planting drugs on people to, you know, meet quota is totally, you know, normal there. No one thinks it's okay, except the people doing it, but, you know, it's a common thing. One instance of this happening was there's a Vietnamese guy, and he's on like the main stretch of road where all the shops and stuff are in this suburb, and a lot of drug activity happens on this road. Well, it used to, but, you know, they sort of like cleaned it up, proving that it can be done if they decide to do it, but that's another video. So he's on this road, the police stop him and search him, kind of like the stop and frisk thing that was going on in New York. When they found nothing on him, they pulled out heroin from their own self somewhere, and they showed it to him and they said, you better run, because if we catch you, this is yours. So they get back in the car and he's on foot and they chase him while he's like sprinting down the road, middle of the day, like it's a busy fucking road, people everywhere, and there's the police chasing someone on foot for say about 2 kilometers, maybe more, all the way home from the shops, like the whole way home, so that they didn't catch up. And that's just, you know, nothing was ever said about it, nothing was ever done about it, it's just the way it is. And I just think that's really fucked up. There was a murder recently in that area, not that suburb, but one of the suburbs sort of next door. A Vietnamese man was murdered, and the police posted the story on Facebook, and all the comments and stuff that post got was all like, oh, you know, oh, he looks sketchy, he probably was doing something wrong at the time, like, you know, like going along the lines of, you know, he probably deserved it, so, you know, no big loss, one less scumbag off our streets kind of thing. And, you know, I don't have to tell you that if it was a white person that was found dead in the middle of the road, the situation would have been very different. And I just think that's really fucked. This guy was found in the middle of the road with stab wounds, and he had subsequently been ran over as well. So it's like they stabbed him, pushed him out of a car, and then, you know, did a burnout on him for good measure. Nobody deserves that, regardless of, you know, what you may or may not do in your free time. Nobody deserves that. And it, you know, it's sort of like the Michael Brown thing with, you know, oh, he was doing a robbery, and that totally, you know, that questionable CCTV footage totally sidetracked everyone from the main point, which is, regardless of whether it was or wasn't him and what he may or may not have done, at the end of the day, this kid was shot, killed for no fucking reason. And it's just, you know, detracted from the severity of the incident. So, yeah, that's what I think. You know, people say that, you know, white privilege and blah blah, and, you know, I never really thought I was really, you know, I didn't really see it. But, you know, now that I fucking open my eyes a bit, you know, there's privileges, quotation marks, that you receive, you know, from the time you take your first breath, that, you know, it's just a given that, you know, other people don't get. Like I said, you know, if it was a white person found dead, you know, stabbed and run over in the middle of the road, shit would have been different. They probably would have caught the person already. But because it wasn't, things go a different way, and I just don't think that that's right. So yeah, that's that. I could go on about this forever, so I'm just going to shut up now. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and yeah, see you soon.